The second area which I want to focus on a little bit more, especially since we are here in education, we're involved in education, and I'm sure that some of the points that I'm going to mention here to you have already been discussed by you. This is not, I don't believe that what I'm saying is something new. But I want to just give you some ideas that we have come across in our struggle in education in Canada, in that area, and what I've seen over the years traveling in the communities. And this is making Islamic education relevant to the society we're living in. How can these courses that we're doing become relevant? Because we need to have that. One of the problems we faced about our Sunday schools, our weekend schools, is that the children started to get really bored. And everybody's memorizing Falaq and Nas and Qul Huwallahu Ahad. They're reading the same seerah story, and they come in and sleep, all during the class. And they're bored. They want to stay home and watch cartoons, right? This is what we faced. This is not you, though. I know that's not you. This is our community. They want to stay home and they want to watch cartoons. So we have to think about, making Islamic education relevant. Also, we have to think about our goals. What are the goals that you're moving toward through your education? That's important when you set your curriculum, that you have something in mind as an objective. Where are you going with this? Number one, we need to try to provide access to original sources of Islam. We have to begin to get our youth interested in going into original Arabic sources, that they can have a taste of the Arabic language and they can begin to love the search of Arabic language. And that also means Arabic-speaking people. That's what it also means. Because many of the Arabic-speaking countries, in their street language, the Ammiya, what we call patois here, it's very different than Fusha. Ma'araf, shahaga, awullak, all types of things people are saying. You know what I'm talking about, right? We're teaching masmuka. Some country they say ishishmuk, ismuk a, shinnu ismuk, and all these different things, right? For masmuka. Okay, now we want to teach classical Arabic. So even an Arabic-speaking person can begin to get the taste of Quranic Arabic and then converse with others in this. Through this knowledge, we can begin to get access to the original sources. That gives us access to the original sources. Secondly, and these are some broad objectives, we need to separate Islam from culture. Islam from culture. Because many times what is transmitted to the student is not necessarily the principles of Islam, it is the cultural practice in a particular country. And that means that the teacher has got to be very clear, be able to go to the sources themselves and make sure that they're not teaching cultural things. This can come in prayer, this can come in general dealings, character, in a lot of different areas. The third area is that we need to go about reconstructing the Islamic personality. To reconstruct the Islamic personality. This is an all-around personality. A person who is dunya and akhirah, both combined. Striving in this world, not of the world, not controlled by the world, but striving in this world toward the next life, right? Not one extreme or the other extreme. And fourth, we need to develop muthaqqafin and ulama. Now somebody who is muthaqqaf, that is a person who has thaqafa, who has Islamic culture, education, general Islamic education. People who take courses like the one I did in Medina, Kulliyatul Da'wah Usul ad-Din, who study the usul of the deen, become muthaqqaf. It is not an alim. An alim is somebody who brings you the sources, who memorizes the whole Quran and can really bring the source. There are other people who are cultured people. And that is a goal that we need to shoot for here, that at least we can produce students who are cultured in Islam. They have a taste of Islamic studies, they know how to access original sources, and they can translate the great works of the ulama and the scholars of the Muslim world into a relevant type of practice for today.